So in this video, I want to say, why do I enjoy being a nomad, being someone that lives mobile? Uh, Really, one of the core drivers is for my mental health. What does that mean? That means my mind doesn't do good with heavy commitment. Whether it's the commitment of a mortgage, whether it's the commitment of having the same neighbors for a long period of time, whether it's the commitment to a big piece of machinery, even an RV, that can have a lot of components that can go wrong. For me, at this time, I like that minimal commitment. That minimalism that I've talked about in other videos in the past, how it helps my mental health, is part of the reason why, for me, this lifestyle just fits into a good, healthy well-being. For some people, it wouldn't, because for some people, their mind needs to be very much in a safe routine, a predictable routine. They wake up every day at their house, they start their coffee machine, they go see their neighbor, they say hello, they go to the coffee, hey Norm, how are you? Hey buddy, what's up? How's the Mets this weekend or whatever? They need that same consistent routine. Me, I'm okay with I've developed over the course of years maturing, losing 200 pounds, cutting out certain unhealthy relationships, getting my life together. I've developed structured good habits that I know how to discipline myself to keep my own routines without having to have society structure them in the form of, this is my fixed house, this is my fixed supermarket, this is my fixed neighbor. I know how to keep myself, surrounded by a healthy environment. And even though it's not quote unquote everyday predictable, I know how to, move in life. And so for me, the avoiding of the commitment, the avoiding of the long-term lease, the long-term loan, the heavy machinery with a lot of components, the avoiding of those things, those commitments, those obligations, those burdens, improves my mental health. And it makes me happy. And that's why every day I still do this. I do this by choice. There's some people that, it may not be their choice. I live full-time out of my Jeep. I have for about a year and a half by choice. And why do I do it? I do it because every day I feel excited about life. I feel inspired. I owned my condo for 15 years. I didn't feel excited and inspired every day I woke up in that house. Towards the end, I felt very uninspired. So I am mindful of what's inspiring me and what's draining me. And then I try to build my life in a responsible, healthy way around things that inspire me more and drain me less. That's how you improve your mental health. That's how you improve your well-being. But the answer always goes back to knowing yourself. Again, some people, and it's not good or bad, it's just different. Some people need that steady Eddie, hey, the neighbor's going to be there every day. Their lawn is going to have to get cut every Sunday. They go to the supermarket every Tuesday to pick up groceries for the week. They need that. There's nothing wrong with that. They can live a rich, happy, fulfilled life like that. I can't. Not at this point in my life. That may change. At this point in my life, I need to stay free as possible. That's how my mind is in a healthy place. There's some sacrifices with it. I've often shared that. It's a little bit uncomfortable in the hot weather, a little bit uncomfortable in the cold weather. You have to move a lot. But over time, I've developed certain habits within this lifestyle to do it safely, responsibly, and legally that, it works for me. And that's why I keep doing it. It helps my mental health. It helps my quality of life. I enjoy it. Every day I wake up like I'm inspired. I want to talk about it. I make videos dedicated to just that subject. Why? Because I'm excited about it. I'm inspired. I want to share that. And I try to share it as fair as possible, saying that it may not be for everyone, sharing that this is just my perspective, right? So I try to leave room for everyone to do them, however they want to do it. But I have to self-express how I view things, and my mental health and lack of commitment, lack of obligations, and the freedom just helps me. And I'm just excited in the morning, definitely in the morning. I mean, I get so excited about, life. And that matters to me because believe me, I know you could wake up in the morning and, life's not inspiring. Um, Certainly, this isn't the answer for everyone, but it's helped me. And a year and a half going, and I'm still, and actually, it does, for me, it's gotten better over time. I built up my confidence. I built up the different things I like to do. And now it's just all really just cherry on the cake. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful too that for the people I've been able to meet online, specifically with YouTube, that also do this lifestyle. Whether it's like my guy Milano, who lives full time in his boat, full time in his RV down in Miami, or Sailing John, who lives a non-conforming life out of his boat, or just the variety of other people's. Miss Serendipity, who lives out of her car. The different people. Some people just starting their journey, thinking about their journey, whether it's May or Delilah. Different people, Sarah, different people that have shared with me either their interest, or they're going to do it, or even if they're not going to do it, that they understand, and it's kind of cool. And those are my reflections this morning. I mean, I'm just very thankful. I'm very grateful. I feel very at peace. I didn't feel at peace waking up, looking at my house, being in a house, looking, having the same neighbors. And I had great neighbors, just having the same. And I lived in a nice town, but I just tired of that. I don't want to live like that. And, it's going to cause a little disruption in your life in the beginning, because it's a not normal thing, and it causes a disruption amongst your circle, amongst your peers, because it bucks the status quo. And anytime you do a change like that, it causes waves, and some people get, those waves throw them off your boat. What do I say to that? They're not meant to sail with you then. Okay. Part of life and part of living a healthy mind, body and soul, and just a healthy well-being is letting go of some people that, your journey creates ways for them that they don't want to ride out with you. So don't let them ride out with you. You have to be your best friend. It's always going to come back to that too. And I'm thankful I have some loving people in my life that support me. But ultimately what I've really learned, like every day in the morning, what I do is I encourage myself, and I try to spend time spiritually. My spiritual foundation matters with God that lives inside me, God that lives inside you, not in a church, not upstairs in the heavenly clouds. Inside you is God. Inside. And once you start connecting with yourself, you get pissed at certain people, but you're at peace. I really don't give a fuck. That's why, when I say I don't give a fuck what people think, it's not like, some brash, like I'm better than anybody. It's like I'm really at peace with myself, and, I really don't care what people think. And it's not any statement of arrogance or anything like that. It's just a statement of I'm at peace. And so, nothing, I really don't care, if somebody not at peace, because I've never met somebody at peace with themselves that really cares, what somebody else is doing. You know what I mean? So, to a certain extent, sometimes I get pissed at certain people too, but these are my thoughts this morning. The Nomad life has been good for my mental health and my overall well-being. That's why a year and a half into this journey, I want to share that with you. Become your best friend. Take care of yourself well. This lifestyle may or may not be for you. It may or may not be long-term for you. The only way to figure out anything in life, though, plan, research, but then you got to do it. Responsibly, you got to do it. Refine it as you go. And it may not work out for you. It may. No one can tell you until you do it. We're all different. Stay inspired.